Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to episode number 7 of the Wonder podcast. And what a perfect number for the episode to be because we have the Black Ops 7 Zombies reveal, which was absolutely insane. And as always, I am joined by Revived. How you doing, brother? It's been a while since we did the podcast episode. I think it was like a month ago, but here we are. We finally got Black Ops 7 Zombies information today, the full reveal. How you feeling?
I'm feeling good, brother. It was a really big day. There's a lot of stuff that happened, and I just can't wait to talk about it.
Yep. So, first off, right? The let's talk about a little bit of the lead up, right? So we were supposed to get this early September, as Treyarch said plenty of times. But it's September 24th. Not really early September. And it took a damn while for stuff to come out. And they did a lot of teasers in the couple weeks leading up to it. We got the intro cinematic to Ashes of the Dam, which is the name of the new Zombies map. And honestly, I'm just so excited for the story, and I really hope they stick through with the story throughout the entirety of Black Ops 7 because man, I really hope they don't screw it over because they have something beautiful set up with that cutscene, and I'm just so excited to see it. But yeah, they teased that it was supposed to be in early September. And they said they were going to delay it a week because there was a lot of stuff to talk about. But when they were doing the marketing, they really didn't talk about much. They only teased a couple things. But oh man, what they dropped today was insane. It was a lot of stuff that me and Revive were going to do the podcast live on stream, but there was so much stuff that we couldn't even do the podcast because we had to sit down, read everything, watch everyone's videos, and see if we miss anything. And yeah, that took us a while to get through. So let's talk about the trailer, man. What a banger song. Way better than
Yeah,
the song in the multiplayer trailer. I was like, why'd they use that song? It just didn't sound good, but like Highway to Hell, what a great song. What a great
what a
song.
perfect song.
And it didn't even cross my mind. I didn't even think about that song to like to my predictions. I predicted they were gonna use like the transit reveal song. Because I think that would have worked in part with what the story is being told here and such. But Highway to Hell, I did not expect that. And you know what? It was the best thing ever. It was the best thing ever.
It
Um,
was.
so overall, the map in the trailer looks amazing. I think this is like one of the first maps really in modern zombies that actually feels like a horror survival esque type of round based map. Because most of the maps we've gotten so far, they were really in like, I know people don't like to hear people say this, but like there's a lot of facility maps in modern zombies. And and when people say the facility maps, obviously they mean like, we used to go to like destroyed cities. We went to a swamp and all that stuff. So people, fair enough, they don't want to see a lot of facilities. So I think this map here is awesome because first off, it's like it's combining different time periods with different POIs in the map. And I forgot how many POIs there are, but there was probably more than 10 because there's um a certain number of like big POIs, like the main POIs, and then there's POIs within the fog areas, which Treyarch said that it's gonna play outside the rules of round base, which sounds very, very cool. But yeah, Revive, what do you think of the trailer so far?
I think it was pretty good. I do agree with you. It's very like the definition I give is this is the first map that feels like there's a sense of loneliness. Like the characters are on their own. I think we haven't really had that, obviously, in the past, 5 years of zombies, and I think that really tells through the trailer. It's like it just feels a lot more creepy and a lot more just isolated in general. So I think that's something that I appreciated.
Yeah, yeah. And one of the biggest things ever at the end of the trailer, zombies in the beta. Let me repeat that one more time. Zombies in the beta for the first time ever, which is absolutely insane. Now, I don't know if you remember Revived, and I think we did speak about this. Um, Last year there was a leak going around saying that there was going to be like a Black Ops 6 Zombies beta. Um, that never came to be because we just got the multiplayer and stuff. But it was basically for Black Ops 7, which is crazy to think. And I think it makes sense because they have different modes in Black Ops 7. And we're going to dive deep into all of that soon, and especially one of the big ones that I think a lot of people are interested in if you are a hardcore zombies player. But zombies in the beta revived. Can you believe it? We're going to be playing Black Ops 7 Zombies next week.
It's crazy.
It's absolutely crazy. And there was also a creator call that happened this past week, where a lot of people went to play Ashes of the Dam. A couple zombies YouTubers didn't go because they were in the call instead. I guess they only invited some people within the area of Treyarch to go and play Black Ops 7. But there were some creators that ended up getting into a creator call, and they were given some of the blog post details and such. And I think one of the things that really stood out to me was I remember correctly, what was it? Damn, it was just in my head and I forget it. This always happens to me whenever I'm doing this.
Oh, yeah, you're
Yeah.
good.
Uh Damn it.
You're good. You're good.
I had to pull up the tweets again. Jesus, it was in my head. I literally had it in my head and it just went off my head. Oh my god. Let me just pull up my boy Dalek here. Dalek is the goat. He will always help me out here. Um. So, I think it was Dalek or someone else. I think it was probably Charlie Intel. Yeah, I'm sorry, guys. I literally just brain farted right now so hard during recording. Don't blame me. Um. Okay. So let's see here. Damn, I don't remember where I saw it, but okay. Regardless, right? I think within the direct actually, I know we were going to talk about the creator call and such, but we will. But the direct is also something that played a role into this, but something I noticed, right, with the developers is that like this game actually has more passion to it. Not to say they didn't have passion for Black Ops 6. I'm not saying that. But there's like a lot more passion present in the Black Ops 7 gameplay and such. In the map. You can see it in the map, the cosmetic changes and such, because they definitely made this mode to feel like zombies once and for all. Because if you look at the previous, zombies iterations, yes, there were some Warzone elements present there, and I think that's kind of a bit of a turnoff for some players, and they don't want to see that. So if Zombies takes that and puts their own spin to it, and gives it a zombies feel, then people are not going to say it looks like Warzone and such. Obviously, there's still going to be people saying that because of certain mechanics returning and such, but regardless of the fact, the devs feel so much more passionate, and you can definitely see that they're no longer like restricted. They actually can like do whatever the heck they want, And like this map literally proves like they can do whatever the hell they want now, especially now that we're in the dark ether. What are your thoughts on that, Revived?
I definitely do think that there's a tonal shift in this game in terms of just things feel a lot more like also they're a lot more community feedback based, a lot of the changes they've made. So there's a lot of more just better sentiment around right now. And I do think that's a large part because they do think that the being in the dark ether and just having more freedom is a good thing because it allows them to spread their wings. And I think it's a lot of the reason why people have been really mad that they tied the campaign and zombies together, because I think it really did limit a lot of the possibilities. And I think this map is showing that when Treyarch are unleashed and don't have to, and this goes for not just zombies, but even for multiplayer, there's a lot of it that with the constraints that things of the old games bring, and those type of games, it's just harder to be as creative as they want. It's just how it is because you kind of put themselves in the bubble.
Yeah. Um. So yeah, a lot of these creators manage to what's it called? Play the game and see it. Um, and I think a lot of the players that played it earlier back in August, they couldn't talk about it, but now they can. And I think one of the things that I think it was Pizza who said it. He says, while Black Ops 7 plays similar to like BO6 zombies, which is expected, these are games that are separate 1 year apart. They said that the game just looks aesthetically better than BO6, which is awesome to hear. I think that's what we need to hear because I think zombies maps need to look like more aesthetically pleasing because I think while Black Ops 6 was getting to a point, I think Terminus was like the most aesthetically pleasing map. Maybe a little bit of Shattered Veil probably as well, but I think Terminus was definitely like that one map that was like it sets up the expectations for Black Ops 6, and I think the maps that came after that like kind of fell off. I think, there was definitely some aesthetics that looked amazing, obviously like the Dark Ether Nexus in the tomb and such. But I'm really glad that Black Ops 7 is gonna take the aesthetics and like really take it up a notch. Like I can't wait to see how the other maps look. I do hope though that we're not gonna have the purple skybox in every single map because that will get so repetitive and it will get boring. I mean, we saw the purple skybox for so many years now. I think it's time to like actually see something new. Vanguard, the Vanguard Dark Ether had like a different a different environment. So I hope we see different environments within the Dark Ether with different skyboxes, all that stuff that changes up the aesthetic. And yeah, I mean overall, fantastic trailer, gets everyone hyped, showcases what this map is gonna be, and I'm sold. I'm sold, and I think this trailer, the reveal trailer for Zombies, has more likes than dislikes compared to the multiplayer trailer that has more dislikes than likes, if I'm correct, right?
Oh yeah, it's getting there. It's almost there.
Yeah, so Zombies is definitely getting a positive reception. I think obviously there's some negatives or negative feelings, but it's just like little bit of concerns that I think people obviously have with the modern mechanics and such. But we'll definitely get into that. So let's talk about the gameplay stuff right now because oh man, it's gonna be a long time. All right, so Black Ops 7 Zombies, right? Gonna have 4 different modes. We're gonna have directed. We're gonna have standard. We're gonna have survival, and the one that everyone has been talking about, and the one that everyone has been waiting for, the classic mode, which is called Cursed. Now, what is Cursed? Cursed is basically the adding the classic mechanics to the gameplay. So You start with a pistol. You have the Black Ops 3 point system, and then from there, I think now something with the curse mode as well is like it's so complicated to explain because the way they explained it in the blogs and stuff kind of confusing. Like, do you have that feeling too, Revived, as well? Like, I think it's been a little bit confusing for a lot of people. I
Yeah,
I, I
yeah, it
really
has.
think I really think they need to go a little bit more into the classic mode and such, or cursed. But this mode is specifically for the hardcore players. So players like me and you have been playing zombies for a long time, and we wanted, zombies to become more of a survival mode again, because the survival aspect of zombies has kind of been lost because they kind of made the game mode streamlined for new players to come in. And we are okay with new players coming into zombies. We have no problem with that. The problem is that Treyarch was kind of just doing it for them, and we're not getting the hardcore players who have been sticking with the mode for so long. We haven't been getting anything in return in terms of that. So now they have this whole new mode, which is catered to the hardcore community by introducing, the starting pistol again, the point system, which is from Black Ops 3. So it's great that we're seeing this. It's great. But what Treyarch did as well is take it a step further. So now they're introducing relics. Now, these relics are kind of like how Modern Warfare Zombies had, where you had to find the relics around the map in order to activate the Dark Ether portals. So there were certain like side quests to do on the big open world in order to unlock the relics, and you had to attune them before you completed it and put it into the pedestals to activate the portal. So it seems like they got that idea from Modern Warfare Zombies. I know a lot of people are saying they got some of the idea from, what was it, Extinction? I think I saw someone say Extinction.
Yeah, yeah.
um I never played Extinction, so I can't tell you. But if they did take it from Extinction, that's cool. But I think
No,
it's
it
mostly.
quite literally is. It like there's it's funny because there's I've seen people like suggest this idea over a year ago, and it literally was like, hey, just do Extinction how they did over Relics, and they literally did. So that's actually I didn't play the game either. I'm just going off of based off what other people are saying, but it is pretty funny.
Oh, that more power to them. That was a great suggestion because I like what I'm reading so far with it. So, um, getting back on track here, the relics are basically ways to unlock modifiers. Now, what these relics do, like obviously activate a modifier and such, they kind of like enable like restrictions. So, like, one restriction could be a limit of 4 perks, or another one is removing ammo caches. So, what it seems like they're doing here, right? And maybe correct me if I'm wrong. What the classic mode seems to be, right? It seems like it's going to have a basic experience from the get go, right? Starting pistol, classic point system, no mini map, no exfil, right?
Yep,
And I think the restrictions, those are the only restrictions that are the base thing. There's nothing else, right? I feel like what
correct.
they're doing, is you can probably buy a lot of perks. You can probably buy ammo from the ammo caches. What is another thing? Duh, duh, duh. Oh, they also said there's no armor as well in the mode. Um what else could I'm trying to think of like a classic challenge. Um
Well, I think there is armor by default. I think that's probably going to be another relic they have to unlock from that run.
Yeah, because I think I read it here. Who said it? Um, Milo said it. Curse mode will not have armor plates. So the new overheal mechanic that they have implemented will be useful. So I'm guessing there's no armor plates in that mode.
I don't for what I feel like they would say that though in the blog. Why would they hide that?
I don't know. That's what Milo said. That's what
He
I
might
see
have
on the
got it
screen.
mixed up if I had to guess, because those creator calls they get stuff mixed up a lot from what
Yeah,
I've
that's
seen before.
yeah, that's
I think that
true.
might have been a mix up. So I
That's
think there's
true.
armor, but we'll have to see. We'll have to see going forward.
Yeah, so let's say if there is armor, so let's just say one of the modifiers is the removal of the armor. So you probably start with all of that, and then as you unlock the modifiers, you're basically unlocking the classic formula as you go. So when they say, "Oh, you want this high tier reward," you gotta apply all these restrictions. You gotta play zombies as classic as you can get, which I think the concept of it is so replayable because there's different ways to play, and these are toggable. That means they're not permanent. You can activate one, you can deactivate the other. You can play however you want, and I think that's the best thing that they introduced back in Black Ops 6. Choice. There's choice. And I think the idea of having separate modes for different types of players is good choice. That's what a lot of people have been saying. If you don't want to, if you want to have the mode catered to the casuals, but you still want to have the hardcore community, make a classic mode. And I know a lot of people say, well, a classic mode doesn't really solve the problem because it's just going to be restrictions. And from the get go, that's what it seemed like this mode was going to be. It's just removing stuff. But now, when you really look at it, this is basically a whole different zombies experience. Like, you could probably release this in a different game and call it zombies, and it will still be like jam packed. So, overall, man, Curse mode sounds like a mode that I'm probably going to be playing a lot as someone who likes to do a lot of challenges. And oh man, if there is a relic for no perks, oh man. Oh
Oh
man,
dear God,
oh dear God,
that might be
indeed.
a high tier one.
Oh
Because yeah, it might be a really high tier one. But honestly, dude, I think the mode will probably be really cool. I think the way they're doing it, from what it sounds like, we'll have to see how it is, obviously in practice. But the way they're doing it, I think is really cool. It's like they're basically combining people's wishes of like more stuff to do, more reason to do, keep doing Easter eggs, and then also combining that with just classic zombies. And like, I think it's a really cool way they're doing it.
yeah.
I really like that we're gonna have different rewards based off of how many modifiers we have. I think that'll be fun. I think just playing zombies in a different way and having a reason to is something that we don't have, and I think that's the main reason why I think I haven't been replaying zombies as much, just because there's just not been a reason for me to. But I think this right here is kind of the answer that I think we've all been waiting for, and they even said that we're gonna get post launch relics and different things to do. So I think it's gonna be really good.
Oh yeah. I definitely think this mode is just going to be so replayable, and the fact that it's not just going to be this map, it's going to be for every DLC map coming out. Like, geez. So you have to do the same challenges that you do on one map in another map, and then they're going to be adding challenges throughout the seasons. That's a lot of replayability there. I don't think Zombies has ever had that type of replayability. Sometimes it's really the player had to create that replayability, and they never really get rewarded for that. You think I got rewarded for beating Richthofen with no perks? Hell no. I just did it for the fun of it, and I suffered, and I didn't get anything in return. Now I probably will get something in return, which is a good thing. I don't have to suffer anymore.
Yeah,
um,
exactly.
yeah, so curse mode definitely a major W from Treyarch. I I think what I was supposed to bring up is yes, this was the thing I was supposed to bring up. The only concern I have, right? They say you have to unlock the mode. So it's not available right off the bat. So it's not something that we can just play, which is what I wanted to do. I just wanted to go ahead and just play the classic mode right off the bat. But you have to unlock it. Now, the concern here that I have is that they're not pretty clear on how to unlock it. Because
Yeah, they haven't explained it.
they haven't explained it. Now, don't get me wrong, I don't want them to give us the how. I don't want to know how to unlock it. Keep that a secret. That's fine. But is it going to be available on launch, or is it going to be time gated until the Easter egg comes out? That's what I want to know. Because if it's time gated, I mean, it's not a big deal, but if this Easter egg does take a while, especially on a map this big, we won't be playing first until like Saturday, possibly. So
Yep.
it's something interesting because I would play the standard mode. I will play it, but I want to play the most difficult mode because I like the challenge. But if it's not present there or the ability to unlock it is not there on launch, then I'd rather that be clear to the people so we're not like looking around for the unlock and then the unlock is not really there until the next day. You get what I'm saying? It's like I
Yeah.
think that needs to be cleared up. I know a lot of people were telling me, but they did this for World at War, Black Ops 1 5. But I'm like, yeah, but those were secrets because those were really just the beginning of like zombies. We didn't even know zombies was going to be a thing until you finish World at War. And then with Black Ops 1 5, like, yeah, that was a secret map, but it eventually got unlocked for everyone, so it's no longer a secret. So what's the thing that's going to be present here? So are they just going to just keep it a secret, time gated? That's what I want to know. So if Treyarch watches this video or any developers, please clarify for us, please. I just want to make sure I'm not going crazy on launch day looking for something that's not even there. So please clarify that.
Also, I do think that they shouldn't limit it either to like only Easter egg players.
Oh yes, that's a good point. That's a good point because people wouldn't have to wait for direct in mode. Like players who do direct in mode for the Easter eggs, like they have to wait for that. Direct in mode doesn't come on launch; it comes out later. So they have to wait longer just to get into the curse mode if they want to try it out. So those are the concerns I have. I don't think it's something negative to really talk about. I know a couple of people were telling me like you shouldn't be asking them this. This is too much information for them to give you. No, it's not. I mean, it's just clarification. So I just want clarification because we're kind of confused on this, and yeah, I'm hoping we get that clarification soon. Hopefully tomorrow. I think tomorrow we're gonna get a couple news. They said there was gonna be more intel drops. So maybe they'll have like a big first mode intel drop, possibly. I don't know. We'll see. But yeah, let's continue on from Curse because I think Curse is going to be one of the best modes ever. But I'm just confused on how the release is going to work. So we talked about. Well, we don't need to talk about standard. Standard is just basically the basic gameplay that we all know and love. There's obviously some quality of life changes coming, so we're definitely gonna get into that. And then survival mode is just basically taking a piece from the Ashes of the Dam map and making it a survival map with everything available, which is awesome. I can't wait to play it next week. And yeah, I mean, how you feeling about the amount of like stuff to do in zombies right off the bat?
I think so far it's pretty good. Obviously, I do think that this all comes down to the rewards being good because if the rewards aren't good, then the incentive's not there. So we'll see how the rewards are. But so far, I think there's a lot of good stuff to potentially go for. I think well soon, hopefully, we'll learn some more about some of the things that we can earn. I do love that we're gonna get different better rewards for curse mode too. Like we're gonna get different rewards than just the base rewards we've been getting because although the BO6 rewards are good, they are like basically the same thing every time. And I think having more of a dynamic reward system would be better. And yeah, I think also one last thing about cursed, sorry to go back, is like I just think that hopefully they don't make it so that that they lock the mode itself behind an Easter egg quest only because I do think the whole point, like, I know they said it's for the hardcore players, but I think they misunderstand how many casuals actually played older zombies. Like, there's so many people I see personally that played zombies back in the day, stopped playing around Black Ops 2, and then haven't played since because of how complicated zombies has gotten. And even to the newer zombies games, yeah, they've changed the mechanics, but I would argue they actually haven't really simpled anything down really. Like there's still so many systems that they added with the rarities, pack a punch, and uh streaks and all this other stuff. Like they kind of in a different way made the game more complicated. So like if they want people to play a classic hard mode, they should, not put those requirements of an Easter egg for completion.
Yeah, I agree. Just to add on to there as well, like I think Treyarch also doesn't see the potential that this could bring. Like you can introduce so many new players into zombies, or you can turn those casual players into hardcore players. So if there's a reward, right? Let's say animated camo for completing the highest tier of the curse mode. How many people will go for that camo? A lot of people. Look in Modern Warfare Zombies. So many people went and played the Unstable Rift just to get an animated camo. People
Yep.
went ahead and did the Elder Echo boss fight or Echo of the Entity boss fight just to get an animated blueprint. That's how you capture people. Good rewards. But if you're locking them out, right? If you're giving them this whole journey to get to that point, I think it kind of turns them off a bit and they'll probably like not even touch it. As much as they want the camo, they'll probably not even touch it. So I think I like the idea behind it, right? Having an unlock. I get it. I get it. You want it to be a secret for the hardcore players. I get that. But do not lock it for the casual players as well. You know, I do want them to become hardcore players eventually. I want them to experience the mode that we all grew up and loved. They played like the standard mode for so long and maybe they want to see something different. Who knows? Maybe they want to see new mechanics. Maybe they got bored of it. Not saying they are get bored of it. It's probably their favorite mechanics in any game, regardless. But maybe they get a little bit stale with it, and then they want to play something new. So they go to the curse mode, and then boom, whole different experience. And if they don't, if they're not feeling ready, they'll probably just go back to the standard mode, and then they'll head back and forth, back and forth, and that's how you keep more players in the zombies mode. That's how you keep player retention, rewards and stuff. I think they started to notice that, oh, people like rewards. Good rewards, not calling
Yep.
cards, not
Hmm.
emblems, rewards. So, yeah, like I said, people actually went and did the Modern Warfare Zombies Unstable Rift. One of the worst pieces of content for that game, but people still went and did it for a camo. That should tell you everything. Rewards will capture people's interest.
Yep. Exactly. I agree
So,
for sure.
yeah. So, we already talked about survival maps. We're gonna be playing the survival map next week. So excited
Yep.
to play it. Definitely, we're gonna definitely test out augments if it's possible. I don't know how the augment system is gonna work and such. It's gonna be weird. I I heard some people say that they probably will just disable augments and you're gonna play some base version of it. And I mean I guess that's okay.
Or you
That's
could
so
use your BO6 augments maybe, and you can't use the
yeah.
new one.
Yeah, they'll probably just limit it to the BO6 ones. Yeah, they could probably do that. Yeah, they'll probably do that. Um, and it's gonna be interesting to see how like the quality of life changes to those augments that we will talk about soon. Play a role in the new game. So can't wait to play survival mode. We're gonna be playing it next week. Um, in the beta, so it's gonna be awesome. I can't believe we're actually playing Black Ops 7 Zombies in a week. That's crazy to
It's
even think
nuts,
about.
dude. The beta stuff. I don't think anyone expected that. I think we were really all shocked when that happened.
Oh
I
yeah.
was.
It kind of makes sense of why they made it a whole week now instead of
Yeah, that's true.
separating. Yeah, it's
That's
like
true.
it makes sense a whole week compared to separate 2 different weeks. Yeah, they just made it a whole big week. So this is awesome. We've been asking for like the beta because I think a couple people said it, and even me, I said they should just take a portion of a map or just make a small multiplayer map with all the zombie mechanics in it and just call it a survival map and have us play the beta, have us play it in the beta to test out the mechanics and give our feedback. So the fact that they're actually doing that, oh, it's a W. It's a W. I think that's one of the best news I've heard today for zombies. No one expected that. That was so unexpected. I'm surprised that didn't even leak at all. I'm surprised with the amount of I one thing did creators know it was going to be in the beta, or was that like something that people just found out
I
today?
I can't tell. I think it might have. I know. I definitely was a surprise to a good chunk of creators. I know that because they were all their reactions looked genuinely shocked.
Yeah, because I think what Milo did is that he wasn't in the call actually. He had Joey Conway in the call.
Yeah.
And Joey was the one who told him the stuff. Um but I like Milo's reaction, like he genuinely did not know it was gonna be in the beta. So dude, that's like the big surprise. I'm glad that that did not leak. I'm surprised because honestly that would have been the big thing to leak compared to the classic mode.
No, yeah, I agree. I mean, I'm surprised it didn't leak as well. That was big. Like,
Yeah, that
that's
was
like yeah, actually, yeah. The fact that it didn't leak at all is kind of crazy. So yeah, maybe they didn't get it told then because I feel like it would have leaked if they knew. There's no way.
yeah.
Yeah, that's still shocking though. Like that's I can't believe it because like I didn't think they would actually do that. Like I obviously I knew they were going to show gameplay at next week, but I didn't think they'd go this far.
Yeah. Okay. So we talked about the modes. Let's talk about the quality of life changes from Black Ops 6 to Black Ops 7 zombies. So there's a lot, man, which is insane. It just feels like a whole different game. And the beauty of the changes that are here, right? This is all community feedback. This is feedback from people like Donuts. This is feedback from people um from people like Expert Fusion as well, people like me. Um, so it's like everything is present here, right? And I'm just so happy that they really stuck with the word about feedback because they made that huge community blog back in August and they talked about how they're gonna listen to feedback. And sometimes they just say that just to get you excited for the next game, like, oh, they're actually gonna listen to us. But sometimes they only listen to a couple things and it's not really like a big deal at the end of the day. But like here, it's like a lot of good changes are here now because of community feedback. So I'm just so excited to see how this all plays a role. So let's talk about some of the ideologies because Treyarch is starting to like see like maybe there's better ways to bring back the survival aspect with modern zombies mechanics because I feel like Treyarch really likes the modern zombies mechanics so much and they understand that yes there's the classic mechanics and stuff and people want that more and that's why they created a whole separate mode and that's great but I actually like that they're trying to make the standard mode actually get more challenging, which is a good thing. So, rarities, right? They changed the prices. Now, their ideology behind that was that people were getting gold rarity pretty quickly. Now, I don't think personally that's because of, the salvage drops and all that stuff. I think regardless if you had 9,000 salvage by round 18 or something, I don't think that that's really the thing. I think the thing is that rarities just became kind of pointless because you can just wait until round 21 on some maps, do a side Easter egg so easily, and get gold rarity like that. And most of the times, people are using the meta guns, and sometimes the meta guns are so overpowered with like Pack a Punch 1, 2, or 3 that you don't even need to upgrade the rarity. So their ideology here was that now they want to make rarities more expensive. So like green rarity is now 1,000 points, or not 1,000 points, 1,000 salvage. So that's compared to the 500 salvage, which you know increases the journey to progression, and it does actually incentivize people to go for these side Easter eggs, which I think they do want more people to do side Easter eggs and such because the side Easter eggs are good in the games, and I don't think they're useless at all. They're really good. I like the side Easter eggs where you can get the ether tools and stuff. So I'm really glad like they have this ideology present that they want to make stuff difficult while keeping their modern zombies mechanics. How do you feel about that right now?
Um, I think I like it. I like a lot of the changes. The changes about the ones I like specifically, like the change to the mystery box with the ether tools. I like that, and I like the took out the score streaks as well. And the melee weapons too. I think those are really good changes. I think there's a lot of small changes too. Like, there's they made it so now it's a really small change, but the fade to black or like the intro to black thing is coming back when you start the game up. So I think that's like
Oh
something
yeah, yeah, yeah. I saw that. I didn't
people
even
know.
notice that. I didn't even notice that was
Yeah,
a thing. I didn't even notice that was a thing. That's crazy.
yeah, no, it's like that small stuff though is like a lot of people don't realize how many small things have changed over zombies, like with the new era since Cold War. They like actually really did increase just the eeriness and just the overall factor of what zombies was. So I think a lot of those small changes coming back just in general is quality of life is really good, and I can't wait to try them out really soon.
Yeah. And then another thing with salvage, um, what they did is that now every 10 rounds, you're awarded around 50% of salvage that you don't pick up, which is so cool because most of the time, right? I do pick up a lot of the salvage, but there's instances where like, salvage just drops and then you can't even pick it up. And then there's also instances where like there's a big horde of zombies and you can't even get the salvage at all. And it disappears by the time you get there. So I really like how they're, changing up a lot of these systems to work with the players, but also, like I said, introducing a challenge to it. Um, and then another thing with salvage, they actually changed the suppressors. So like now suppressors are not gonna give you a lot of salvage, which is good because um I think most people will be using suppressors so much and you won't even use other attachments. but I do hope the other attachments have benefits to them. Like if another attachment gives you more power up drops, you would probably use that. Or if another attachment, I don't know, gives you bonus points, maybe. Who knows? So I hope they have those. And it's not just, oh, we're nerfing this attachment just so you can use other ones, but we don't have benefits for the other one. I hope that's not the case. I hope they figure out something with that.
Yeah, I agree.
Um, so another thing that they did, they added a new power up drop, random perk, into the drop cycle. So you have to pick up, I believe, how many perks they said here. Um, where did they say? So there must be a specific number of perks that must be purchased by you or all teammates in order for the drop to spawn, and it's pretty rare to get. It's not something that, appears, in a drop cycle all the time. So that's good. Um Max ammo actually got a major buff. So now it refills your equipment. So no longer am I wasting extra salvage for stuff that you should get when you hit a max ammo. So
Thank God.
If I have Casimirs and I get a max ammo, boom, 2 more Casimirs in my thing. That should have been a thing from the get-go for a long time.
Yeah, because that's what old zombies was. You always got refilled on your lethals and stuff. So that's just a great quality of life right there.
Yep. And then Fire Cell also reduces the traps to 10 essence now. And I think that's pretty much it. I'm surprised Fire Sale did not, like, it didn't lower the price of wall buys as well. I wish they did that.
Yeah, that'd be a great idea.
I wish they did that, but I know they have a gobblegum for that, the wall to wall clearance gobblegum. I just wish that was a base mechanic. That should have been a base mechanic. Um and I think that's pretty much it, honestly, for the power ups. I think. Is there any power up changes that I missed? Nope, those are the. Oh wait, actually, they did change something. So insta kill does not recharge the field upgrade anymore. I know that was a thing in previous games, but in Black Ops 6 you can recharge it. It was just slower. But looks like they're not gonna recharge. It's gonna be like, I think it was Vanguard that did that. I'm not sure, but I think that's pretty much it in terms of power up drops. Um, so they said multiple power ups randomly dropping within a single round is now a more frequent occurrence. Oh, so this is what Kingman was talking about with the power up drop cycle. Interesting. So if you remember back in basic classic zombies or zombies in general, there's always a power up drop cycle. So it goes whatever it starts with, like let's say insta kill. So you can't get insta kill until you get all the other power up drops in the cycle. So now what they did is basically you could possibly get an insta kill and then a second insta kill right after that, or a double point and another double points after that. There's a possibility for those things to happen. And also, like, for speedrunners, I think that's gonna be a little bit of a problem because, like, imagine they just get a nuke and then they get another nuke. that
Dude,
that's
now,
gonna
oh my God, I'd be so pissed.
be yeah.
That'd be
So
so bad.
that's an interesting change. I don't know why they changed that. Is there? I want to see their reasoning behind that one. Um, I don't think it's a big deal, but like for speedrunners, I can see why it is. I know that was one of the cons in Kingman's thing. So I'm glad I was looking at that to read up on that. And then another thing that they changed with power-ups is that when you activate a gobblegum that gives you power-ups, you basically just get the power-up right off the bat. It doesn't spawn in front of you. You just get it on the whim there. So I don't know how I feel about that because sometimes I don't like to pick up the power up drops right away. I like them to be there until I need to pick it up. But looks like you gotta like strategize a little bit more now activating them. So, it's not a big deal, but it's something that I don't think was pretty necessary. But I think they did that because it was a big issue in Black Ops 6 where like the power up drops were like spawning like somewhere else in the map and such. So that's good.
Yep, that's good. That's good.
So one of the best things, and this is the thing that I wanted them to do, every perk from Black Ops 6 is going to be on launch.
Yep.
Major W. Major W. No drip feeding for the perks. Well, there is drip feeding. I'll get to that soon. And there's a whole new perk, Wisp P. Now, I'll get into this because I'm not up to the blog post there yet for not that section. I'm kind of just going through the quality of life changes as I go here. So, every perk from Black Ops 6 is going to be present alongside Wisp T. Not all the field upgrades, only Brain Rot, Napalm Burst, Shadow Rift, Deadwire, and Cryo Freeze are carrying forward into Black Ops 7 with the introduction of Fireworks, one of the best AATs in Black Ops 3 Zombies. I am so happy that AAT is back. I've been wanting that one back for so long. And
Yeah, that
it
one's
looks
good.
so overpowered in the
Oh
gameplay
yeah.
trailer. I'm so
Some of the
excited to use that
augments
one.
too. Some of the
And-
augments are pretty good too.
yeah. And then also have a new field upgrade. Well, once again, it's a returning one.
Yeah, it's
Toxic
not new,
growth.
but it's right.
Toxic growth. So this is basically you basically like form like a little bush, and I really like this field upgrade. I don't think it's like the craziest thing ever, but it's a really good field upgrade. I don't think people realize how overpowered it can be. You can basically block off a whole door with the field upgrade, and zombies can walk through it and just insta die. So you can definitely find like spots in the map and just like camp there, and you have to just like know when to place the thing down and such. So I mean, like, it's a great field upgrade. I don't know why people hate it, but it's a great one. There's a lot of gameplay things that you can do with it, so it's a great one. And then we have Dark Flare, Healing Aura, Frenzied Guard, Energy Mine, and Ether Shroud coming back as well. Now, the thing is that that's not all the field upgrades and the ammo mods. There's a couple missing. Um, Shatterblast, Lightmend, Mr. Peaks. What was the other one? What was the other field upgrade that came out?
I think you got them right, or my
Tesla Storm. Tesla Storm. There you go.
that's a storm. Yeah, I never use that, so it makes sense. I wouldn't know what it is.
Yeah. So Tesla Storm. Oh, and Frost Blast. Sorry about that.
Oh
Frost
yeah,
Blast.
yeah. So they're
So
yeah.
they're gonna be coming back in season 1, and I know a lot of people are disappointed in that, but I'll give you some clarification on that. These were like post-launch things, so by the time they were coming out, they were probably working on Black Ops 7 zombies, so they didn't have the time to transfer them over, and they didn't really get a chance to see how they worked in Black Ops 6 in order to make any improvements, changes, and design augments, for them. So something as well I forgot to mention is that all these items are gonna get a whole they're gonna get one new major and I think one new minor or two new minors. Let me see.
I think it's one. No, it's one. It's one. It's one. It's one for both.
One for both. Okay,
Yeah,
perfect.
one minor, one major.
Okay, so one major and one minor. And then yeah, so every item is gonna get that. So there's gonna be new augments inbound for Black Ops 7. Now, obviously there's a lot of items and I would love to go through all of them, but I'm only gonna be talking about the ones that are like the big standout ones. So we'll get to that soon. And So that's why those items are getting carried forward and they're not coming right off the bat for launch. So just keep that in mind. It's not that they want to drip feed. I know people just throw that term around. Oh, they're just drip feeding content. No, it's because they have to test it first in Black Ops 6. Mr. Peaks just came out in Black Ops 6. They have to see what works. Like you guys saw how broken Mr. Peaks was with the Wunder bar. You think they wanted to put that in Black Ops 7 right off the bat? No. So it's just a lot of balancing things that they have to do beforehand. So that's why it's coming in season 1. So at least they're coming. They're not gonna just call it new content. They're coming in season 1, and hopefully we get new stuff. We'll talk about Wisp T in a minute. But yeah. So I think that's pretty much it. Oh no, actually, one more thing. If you max out a specific perk, ammo mod, or field upgrades, you can put 2 minor augments on it. That's so crazy and OP, and it's so good because there's a lot of minor augments that you can like combine that are going to work so well with each other. So I can't wait to see that play out. Should they have done it for majors? I think it's good. I think it's balanced. I think if you had 2 majors, I think it would have been a little bit overpowered at some point. But I hope, in terms for a super Easter egg, they do have that because that would be cool to see. But anything else in terms of augments revived that you feel like I missed, or
Oh, I will say there's a lot of the augments, for the returning perks that are getting extra augments, and they did nerf a few. Like I believe they nerfed PhD, where your slide distance isn't as fast anymore. But I wonder if that's
oh,
also because I wonder if it's yeah, so that's a little interesting. I wonder how that's gonna work. But they did also add some other movement perks. Like I know for stamina up, you could shoot while sprinting. I know for speed coal, there's a new major, I believe, where every time you reload, you get a speed boost. So I wonder how that's gonna work if you're reload canceling. Like, how does that gonna work? Like, you're just gonna be able to like go super fast. I think there's another augment. I forgot for which, but it actually makes it so you go faster when you're moving side to side or backwards when you're sprinting. So
yeah,
like there's a lot of movement perks that I'm actually interested to see how those work with the gameplay. And there's a couple other ones for double tap and dead shot. Is like this is quite a few good perks, new
yeah,
augments for the perks that I'm interested in. So we'll see how those are.
yeah. We'll definitely go into some of them that are the standouts in a moment because they also released a whole new blog for that. So I can't wait to look into that. Um, so that's augments. Um, Big changes to that. And oh, Wisp Tea. Let's talk about Wisp Tea. The new perk. It's basically Blood Wolf Bite from Black Ops 4.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie to you. That's like a little underwhelming. I'm like, oh, what's this perk gonna be? I'm like, it's Blood Wolf Bite too. I'm like,
I thought it
bro.
was gonna be something cool because I was like, man, that looks like a ball from the 9 cutscene. It's gonna be so interesting. But when you actually look at the augments, you can actually change like I think the spirit animal that it is, and it has different abilities. So I really like that there's personality to it. And I also like that now with this perk, it's actually useful because it's gonna help you kill zombies and such, but it's not gonna kill the last zombie. And they also added that quality of life change to brain rot as well. So a lot of the times, like the problem with Blood Wolf Bite back in Black Ops 4, that thing just activated on random, and then it just ended up killing the zombie when you didn't want it to, and that sucked. But now that it doesn't do that, well, awesome. I don't mind the perk. If it's gonna help me kill zombies, awesome. If it's gonna not kill the last zombie, awesome. Perfect. And then Brain Rot is gonna do the same thing. It's just not gonna kill the last zombie, which is such a good quality of life change because I'm tired of Brain Rot zombies killing my zombie at the end of the round when I activate it by accident. I'm tired of that, so I'm glad that's a quality of life change that's coming. Um, so yeah, I think. Oh yeah, so there's four major augments with different and spirit animals. So they have the demon, they have the fox, they have the monkey, and the maiden. So that's overall so good, so good. I'm happy we have a quote unquote new perk. I hope we get actual new perks. Um, I bet you we're probably gonna get some returning ones. Like, you know what? One perk I really think should come back:
What perk?
Stone Cold Stronghold.
Oh yeah, I agree. That perk would be amazing. I think that's like a no-brainer.
That perk should come back, and they should combine a little bit of like Ring of Fire to it as well, because it's kind of like that in some cases.
Yeah, I agree. Actually, you're not wrong about that.
Yeah, so I hope they do that. So let's see what else. I'm kind of just going through the thing, but um,
There's one thing we could talk about that we
yep.
haven't yet. The HUD. We haven't talked about that yet.
Ooh, the HUD. Yes. So the HUD, unfortunately, as expected, it's gonna be a bit of the multiplayer HUD. Now, the multiplayer HUD has a whole new UI and it looks fantastic. I'm really glad multiplayer got a whole new theme to it. For zombies, what they did is they took the right side of the multiplayer HUD, added it to the HUD, and then the left side where your points counter and all that stuff, it's basically the same thing as the Black Ops 6 HUD.
Yep.
So nothing really changed except the right side, where the right side actually fits with the game and such. But Treyarch did say that they have planned themes for the HUD. Now, what does that mean? I'm pretty sure they definitely. I don't think they're trying to throw us off or anything, but I definitely think what they mean is you're gonna be able to use like the Black Ops 3 Zombies HUD or the Black Ops 2 Zombies HUD and all that such. So it's gonna give that the theme to that HUD, so it doesn't look like a Warzone HUD to you in any shape or form. I know a lot of people just call it the Warzone HUD. I'm just saying what they're saying. So a lot of people just don't like the HUD, and I'm happy that they're doing that because that's something I asked for actually last year. I said, you know, custom HUDs are a great thing. You know what you should do? Add custom themes. Allow us to choose different HUDs from the past. And I think they're finally going to do that. So I'm honestly so happy that's actually becoming a reality now. Um, like I said, they do listen to feedback, so it's so good for the feedback to be heard and such. Um, but in terms of the default HUD, I mean, we can do better. Come on, Treyarch, we can do better, right?
Yeah, I'm actually kind of like I'm kind of surprised they didn't do anything different, which I don't know. It's kind of weird to me. I thought they would at least change it a little bit, but I guess not.
Yeah, like we could do a little bit better, right, Treyarch? Can we do a little bit better? I mean, let us see it in action next week, right? Um, Next week we'll see it in action, so it's gonna be interesting to see how that plays out. Um, any last thoughts on the HUD and such revived?
I mean, I just want to see more because we haven't really seen anything about the themes or anything. But yeah, I'm disappointed about there being no changes on the base level.
Yeah. Um. So yeah, that's the HUD discussion. 100% happy that custom HUDs are back, and I'm happy that they listened to the feedback about the themes because I think that was one of the biggest missed opportunities in BO6 and also Activision. Um, I know you're gonna make us spend money on themes, but so put some good themes for free, please, for us. Please. I know
Yeah,
I'm gonna
please to
see.
God.
I know we're gonna probably see the Black Ops 2 Origins HUD in a bundle. I can bet you 100%.
Yeah, I could see it. Sadly, I really freaking could.
Clip it, guys. Clip it, and then when that bundle drops in Black Ops 7, just post this, and I'll see it. Clip it. Just clip it right now. It's gonna happen.
Yep.
Alrighty, so um, they changed up gobblegums. Not really a big change, but you can cycle out gobblegums. Um, but what I'm confused about is, right, they say that you're crushing the gobblegum when you're removing it, but they said it acts like it's consumed. So I'm not sure how I feel about that. Because are you basically just because you want to recycle it means that you have to lose the gobblegum
Yeah,
from your pack?
I don't like that either, to be honest. I don't really see the point in that. Why am I gonna waste the gum? Like, unless it's like a really shitty one. But like, it depends. Like, if okay, say you get like 1,000 essence for crushing up a blue rarity. Like, why would I even do that? It just feels like such a waste. Like, what? Like, why am I gonna do that? Like, I think it's just. I don't think that's. I don't think I really thought about that too much because it seems really minuscule.
Yeah, and it I think that'll probably go into the feedback section, but I'll just state it here. Like, I don't think it should count as a consumed gobblegum because you're not really using it. And I know you get rewarded essence for it, but like, who is going to crush a perkaholic gobblegum for essence? You know what I mean? No one's gonna do that. I would rather use the perkaholic at that point.
I agree
So
fully.
I think they need to change that unless the wording is just bad and they don't actually mean it gets consumed.
Yeah,
Um
but yeah, we'll have to see.
yeah. So we're getting 6 new gobblegum. And guess what, Revived? Shopping free isn't one of them.
No, why? Why?
Shopping free
Yep.
is not one of them. But there's a new one called gift card and it gives you 30,000 essence.
Yep.
So this is basically their shopping free replacement. And honestly, I think with the way the gobblegum system works in this game, it makes sense why they would give you the 30,000 points instead of
Now,
like the
okay,
shopping free.
I will say one gobble gum we don't have, and I don't really get why. Like, okay, shopping free, fine, but where's extra credit? I don't understand. Where's that come at?
Oh, extra credits not in the game. You're right.
So, like, I feel like that's such an easy one to do, and like just put it so you get what was it 1,500 points, I think, every
Yeah.
time you pop it. And you could pop a double points maybe if you combine it with something else and get some points. Like I don't, and maybe you could even use profit share. Like I feel like that's such an easy one that they could have added and they just didn't. So I'm kind of confused why they did this instead, went to such an extreme. But I mean, at least it's some sort of point perk because I do think we needed one. So there's something at least. But yeah, I do wish we had shopping free, and they did confirm that that we won't be getting shopping free. It'll just be this perk or this gobblegum.
Yeah. Yeah. So that's the gobblegum system's different from Black Ops 3, so it's not like Black Ops 3 you would just pick it up from the machine and auto activates and you gotta go right off the bat. In Black Ops 6 you can activate it wherever you want. And I also think maybe they had shopping free in mind, but with the way this map is, I don't think shopping free would have worked on this map. Maybe that was their idea.
Yeah, maybe.
May,
Yeah.
and who knows? Maybe they can introduce shopping free for like the other DLC maps because they're gonna be much more smaller compared to this map.
Yep.
So that's just a thing. I don't think it's a bad gobblegum. Is it something that I would use? I mean, yeah, maybe. Not, but nothing will beat tactical diffusion, profit sharing,
Exactly.
and
Exactly.
raindrops. So
Yep.
unless they nerf that, I don't know how they would nerf that. That that shouldn't even be nerfed, regardless. That's just how Gobblegum should work.
Exactly. You should be able to combine them and create some craziness. That's just how it should be.
Yeah. Um, I think this is my favorite Gobblegum that's coming. Armor Getting. You receive a 3-plate armor vest right off the bat when you activate
Yeah.
it. I think that's my favorite one. Um,
Yeah.
because if I just wanna, we're doing an Easter egg hunt and we just want to get stuff right off the bat, boom, we'll use that Gobblegum. And it's a legendary one, so it's gonna be pretty common to get. Is it the? Yeah, It's gonna be pretty common to get that one. I get a lot of like support groups, flavor hexes now, so you know this one might be pretty common. I'm surprised it's not like a ultra. It's pretty on par with what's it called, hidden power in a way.
Yeah, which I think that makes sense.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I guess what you're saying, but I think if I had to guess, I would guess that maybe I think it's slightly easier to get 3-plate armor than it is maybe to get a fully papped gun, but it's not by much. So like maybe they I don't know, maybe they balance like that, but I mean, hey, it's fine with me. If they want to make it a little bit less rare, it's all good with me.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So then they have round off, which is um rounds prevented from advancing for 2 rounds. So they basically just giving you, so if you're on round 10 and you pop this gobblegum, you won't progress round 10 until you pass like round 10 2 times.
That's
I
the that's the round one Easter egg algorithm right there.
True, but what if there's like a round 10 requirement?
Yeah, that's the only problem. If there's
Uh
like that, but I mean, if there's not, then that's still a really good gun for round one.
oh yeah, it's definitely is. And if a couple people popple pop that, yeah, it's a good replacement. So
Yep,
it's a good
for
thing.
sure.
So now that you brought that up, that's actually pretty good. Now that you know what, Revive, now you're gonna join me for the round 1 Easter egg.
Oh no, fuck.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
suggested it. Now you're gonna join me.
Oh fuck.
Are you ready to fight the big bear, the big Papa Bear,
Oh
with
no.
no
It was the
perks?
no perks and a common gun. Oh boy, I'm cooked. I'm freaking cooked.
We have a new returning Gobblegum, Power Vacuum. Basically it increases the power up drop rate, so that's gonna be crazy. I think that's a cool one, but I'm surprised it's epic. That's a pretty overpowered one. And then we have requipment. Your equipment slots refill over time. Um, I mean, that's cool and all. Didn't you say that you would have preferred that as an augment? I think you were telling me that earlier.
Yeah. I think I would have preferred that as an augment because like I get why that could be cool, but it's only for 5 minutes and like I guess that means you could technically spam like what's it called? Gershes, but like I don't know. I feel like it would have been better if that was an augment. And maybe you don't get it like as frequently, but still it still replenishes. I think that would have been better on office honestly because we need some more better augments. And I don't know. I just don't think it's good enough as a gum to warrant it being there. So that's just my take on it.
Agreed. And we have another returning one, Aftertaste, which keeps all your perk after being revived. And I
It
think
might be the best new blue gum. I can't even lie. That might just because like
yeah.
it's a blue and like that's pretty good as a blue gum that you're probably gonna get quite often.
And honestly, that might be good in like the curse mode.
Oh yeah, for sure.
So
Absolutely.
like this gobblegum might be like so overpowered, and it's a blue one, so you're gonna get that pretty often.
Yep.
Um, yeah. So we already talked about the recycling of the gums. Like I think we already said. that, it's kind of dumb that it, removes it because it's been consumed. Unless it's just bad wording. I'm just reading this. So they say the gobblegum is removed just as if it had been consumed. You know what? I think we need to remind me next week. We gotta test that.
All right, I got you. We'll
Yeah,
definitely
we
test
gotta
that.
test that because I think that that's probably bad wording. Um, so just a couple more quality of life. I know we've been kind of going on for an hour and 15 minutes to be
Oh yeah,
exact.
wow.
Yeah. There's a lot to talk about, and we would go deep into all of this, but obviously, you know, a lot of people already done that and got their videos out, but we're just giving our thoughts on it.
Yep.
It's a podcast, so we just want to talk about that. And we don't want to keep you guys here for like 3 hours talking about stuff that you probably heard about. So we're just giving our thoughts and feedback. So they changed up the rampage inducer. So the zombies spawn faster, move faster. Obviously, that's been classic. Um, that's been the way it's been for a while. Um, but they made a change where there won't be super sprinters until round 20. I actually like that.
Yeah, I think that's a
Um,
good trade.
I think that's a good change. I know some people were saying, that kind of ruins the point of Rampage Inducer. No, I actually like it because it Rampage Inducer I'd like to get for rounds fast, especially when I'm playing standard. Standard seems so boring because the way the point system works in that mode. So I just want to get for rounds fast, and just being able to like calmly kill zombies and have the pace move faster is good.
Yeah, I agree. Absolutely. I think it's a good change.
Yeah. Um Wall buys, the quality of life change that they did now is that you can buy ammo for the gun in the wall buy now. Just like in classic zombies. I don't know why that wasn't a thing. I'm surprised that wasn't a thing. Um but they also changed up the armor wall buys. You can buy the armor wall buy from one spot every time now to upgrade it. And I'm not gonna lie, I don't like that change actually. Um, and the reason why I say that is because the one in BO6, the way it works is like it allowed you to explore the map, and you had to get to a certain location to get that upgraded, armor tier. So the fact that you can just stick by the closest armor wall by and just stay there is like, eh. I mean, they kind of streamlined it. I get it. It was probably like hard for people to find one location and then find a second location. Maybe that's why they did it. So I don't know. I'm not a fan of it, but um, it's streamlined for a reason, and I'm not gonna really complain about that. It's not a big deal.
Oh yeah, I agree. It's not that big of a deal, honestly, to me. I really don't care either way. I
Yep.
think whatever which way they were gonna do it is fun to me.
And one of the best things that they did, one of the best things, they gave the ammo caches a theme. They gave it a theme. It feels like a zombies thing now. It doesn't feel like a war zone thing. So they changed the ammo crate into a Mr. Peaks crate, and it has ammo bullets, and it's just glowing, and it just looks so much better, and it fits with the map, honestly. It just fits so well in it.
Yeah, I agree. Although I do kind of still wish there was no ammo boxes to begin with, but that's a separate conversation.
Well, at least Curse, you can choose that option, so that's cool.
Yeah. Yeah.
And one of the big surprises, the Origins mystery box.
Yeah, this one still doesn't make any sense to me. I don't know why that's there. I mean that's just confusing to me, but maybe there's like some sort of reason. I probably doubt it just because they don't seem to have rhyme or reason for a lot of these things, but that's just like I was like, what the heck when we saw that, it was crazy.
Dude, like, am I crazy to say, like, why wasn't this mystery box theme in the tomb when the tomb
Yeah,
was supposed to be Origins theme? Why is it
yeah,
here now?
yeah. I don't understand that either. I mean, I get it. Like we're in the Dark Aether, everything from the old multiverses here, so like we could see anything, but it's just like, so random, like out of nowhere. It's like, what? Here's the Origins
Yeah,
box.
yeah. But honestly, who cares? It's a cool looking box. I love it. And hopefully, hopefully this is not going to be the main box theme for the entirety of Black Ops 7. Like, as much as I love it, I do not want to see it the entire time.
I agree.
I think it's cool that it came back. I think it was only in Origins. I don't think we ever seen that in different maps before, right?
Yeah, I think you're correct.
Okay. So I don't want to see it become like the main box, you know. It will get stale pretty eventually. So but on top of the mystery box theme change, they also made a lot of changes to the mystery box. So now you cannot get support streaks and melee weapons from the mystery box. So they're kind of lowering the loot pool a bit with the mystery box and stuff. And now you can get ether tools from the mystery box, which is honestly such a cool change because now you would be more inclined to hit the box if you want to get your loadout weapon um upgraded to like a rarity. So like imagine pulling a legendary ether tool on round like I don't know 3. That would be insane. So I'm really happy that, you know, they're doing that. Um and it also plays into their thing. I don't know who said that, but they said that they wanted people to not use their loadout weapons a lot. They wanted people to get rid of them. They wanted to make the changes make you feel like, man, I can't stick with this loadout weapon. I need to switch it up. So now that they have different options for you to upgrade the loadout weapon, but at a chance, I think that's cool. So it plays into their ideology that they're trying to do now, like trying to make stuff harder while keeping their modern mechanics in place.
Yep, I agree. It's
And
pretty
then
good. Yep.
yeah. No, no, keep on going. Sorry.
I was just saying, I think it's pretty good. I do like how they're doing it now. So yeah, I think it's pretty good.
Awesome, awesome. And then I think they also said, oh yes, wonder weapons are now a little bit more common to get. Not super common in any ways, but it's gonna be more common to pull out a wonder weapon now than before, but it's still rare in a way. So that's cool. Um so we have the crafting tables back. Really not a fan of crafting tables. I've been pretty adamant that I don't want to see like menus and zombies and such, but who cares? You know, we'll live. It's not gonna be the end of the world. And then as well, they removed mutant injection revive. They did it. They removed it. Mute.
Oh,
Oh, well, your mic just lags so hard right now. Hello.
I think Discord's bugging out.
Oh, Discord bug. Yeah, but they removed mutant injection revive. Let's celebrate.
That's great. But now we got a new one. We got a
Wait,
new
what
injection.
are you talking about? What are you talking about?
We got a new one.
No, no,
The
don't
the
say.
the disciple.
No, not the disciple injection.
Yeah, so now we have the
Yes,
disciple injection.
they added. So they did remove the mutant injection, like we asked. They just added a disciple injection.
Yep.
So once again, I mean, it's not a big deal. it's a support streak, and obviously, it's just gonna be there as an option for you. So yeah, we'll just stick with it. It's not gonna be the end of the world for me. Once again, it's like I'm gonna be playing the classic mode, so like none of that stuff is gonna be in there, so it doesn't really matter at the end of the day. So that's why I said there's a lot of player choice. So yeah. Um,
Yep,
and I
absolutely.
and I think they changed the rarities prices like I said. So that's the arsenal changes. Um, the Sam trials are now called the TED task, so that's cool.
Yep.
Um, the
Hopefully that
X
means we get. Hopefully that means we get new trials for every map because that'd just be weird if we're getting TED every map. That just doesn't make much sense.
they're just gonna be carrying that head all around Dark Ether. That's gonna be
Yeah,
crazy.
exactly. I was like, bro, what the hell?
Um, so we already talked about the HUD. Um, so oh wait, actually, with the HUD, I think I'm reading the thing right now here. So they said there are several planned themes to choose from, as we said, with some elements, some elements familiar to those with long appreciation of Call of Duty Zombies. So I think they said some elements. I think they're talking about like how the points like come out from the point counter in like previous zombies iterations. So maybe that's like part of the theme that they have.
Yeah, hopefully that'd be great.
I mean, like that's kind of dumb. That's a theme thing. That should be a default thing right off the bat. I don't know why that's even the case, but um, just thought I put that out there. And then the exfil, obviously, I was like, how is the exfil gonna work? Because Raptor 1 is not here. But I said it's probably gonna be like the Vanguard one because we are in the Dark Ether. But what they did is actually take the phone booth from the Die Machine intro cinematic, and basically you go up to this phone booth, and the cool thing now about exfilling is that you don't need to exfil with everyone. If you want to exfil on your own, you can. So that's a big change, honestly. I really like a lot of people may not like the online only aspect of zombies, and I do see why. But like stuff like this is cool. Stuff like this is cool because a lot of people, most of the times, you're playing with a squad, and then the host has to leave in a way, and you just have to end the game and call it a day, right? Now you don't have to do that. You could just exfil and leave the game, and the other players can keep on playing. So I really like the things that they did with the exfil, and I like that it has a new theme. It's no longer the helicopter. I'm tired of it.
Yeah, thank God, dude. I was so sick of that.
Um, I know we're kind of getting a little bit dragged out here, and my throat is starting to kill me a little bit. But
It's all good.
let's just finish up with a couple more things. So melee weapons, you can now do critical hits on them. You can have heavy attacks, so it's basically like World War II zombies with the melee system. Really like that. They have a new enhancement called Health Overcharge. So it's like an overheal, so it's a modifying buff that allows players to temporarily increase their maximum health using certain augments or equipment. So, obviously we know we can increase health with the probiotic augment and all that stuff, and then overheal. So there's things that I guess you can do by increasing to increase your health, and it's only really temporary. So I don't know how that's gonna work, but we'll see how it does in next week. There's a lot of things we gotta test out in the beta.
Yep, agreed. Agreed.
And then auto revive on the next round. So that's a thing from Black Ops 4. When a player is down and the round ends, it auto revives them. So that's back in Black Ops 7. Don't know why that was taken away. And the intel system is back, but now you can interact with them. I don't know why they say it's new. You could do that in Cold War. So
Yeah,
I
I
don't
was
know.
like, wait a minute. I'm like,
I was
you did
like
that for?
I don't know why we can do that, but I do hope, because if they're calling this a new system and you can zoom in and out, I really hope they have some secrets hidden there and it
Dude,
kind of
yeah, like
ties
imagine
in.
we had ciphers inside of Intel.
Yeah,
Like imagine you
exactly.
could flip an Intel over and there's like a cipher on the back page. Like that'd be
Exactly.
cool.
Yeah. A lot of things they can do with that. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Progression systems. Oh, obviously, Dead Ops Arcade. Dead Ops Arcade is a whole thing that I oh man, that's a whole other experience.
Yeah.
Um, I would love to talk about Dead Ops Arcade. I'm so excited for this mode as well. Um, but dude, there's a lot of things that I really got to talk about. But I'll talk about a couple things. So I think they changed it from 64 levels to 80 plus levels now. So that's awesome. First person is going to be on launch, and there's also a lot of like new improvements, so that's going to be awesome to see. And they also have different difficulties for it actually, which is cool. So they have casual, they have standard, they have hardcore.
Hmm.
Oh wait, you can use goblins in this?
Yep, I did see that actually.
What? I actually
Yeah,
did not read that one. Wow, okay,
that's pretty dope.
that's a huge thing. Now, my only thing with Dead Ops, right? I hope, I hope, mm, I really hope there's like save. I don't. It kind of ruins the point of Dead Ops because it's an arcade mode. But if they're gonna have that, I really hope there's like save and quit for this, because um the thing with Dead Ops is like, yeah, you can pause, but when you're playing co-op, you can't really pause. And you could stay in like a lobby. I think you could stay in the like the round before you go into the next area. But with the way the AFK stuff works now in this game, it's like it could kick you out. Um, Me personally, I really hope there is like some sort of like save and quit type of thing here. I don't think they're ever gonna do that. That kind of defeats the purpose of Dead Ops, as I said. But it's fine. It's not a big deal. I'll deal with it, but it is going to be a long experience to deal with. Um, so either they probably made the experience a little bit more shorter, probably, but regardless, I'm so happy Dead Ops Arcade 4 is here. Like that's a whole other zombies experience. Can you believe that?
Yeah, no, it's crazy. There's just so much content for this game. I actually can't believe how much content they've put into this game. It's actually insane.
Dude, when you really look at it at face value, right? Campaign.
Yep,
Campaign has its own story and such. Then you have the end game, which is a
yep,
whole separate mode to the campaign, but following with the campaign. So that's kind of like two modes already there, right?
yeah,
Multiplayer is multiplayer, that's its own mode.
yep. And then we have
Zombies,
zombies.
zombies has standard, zombies has cursed, and zombies
You have the
has
survival map on launch, so you have a
and
different experience,
survival. Yeah,
different way to play the game.
survival. There's like, it feels like there's more modes than just the face value campaign multiplayer and zombies. Like there's so
Yeah.
much more.
It's like you'd think about it, like you'd think a game that's come out a year later wouldn't have this much content, and I think it could be like a little lacking, but surprisingly they've put in a lot. And I think the big point is like, yeah, we don't have two maps to start this year, but we have a lot of modes, which I think makes up for it because it's different ways to play the game that changes up the formula, which I think is honestly might be just as good as having like a Liberty Falls style map, in my opinion, just because like it's different ways to play that add replayability that are just you don't get when you just have two zombie maps without these new modes. So I think I like it.
Yeah. So yeah, that's it with Dead Ops. I'm so excited for Dead Ops. I can't wait to play it. It's gonna be one of my most played modes probably. Not really. I think it's probably gonna be Cursed, but second most played mode. Um, it's gonna be fun to play with friends. It's gonna be fun to go for it solo. I'm happy first person is going to be on launch because I think first person is a much better experience, and it actually feels like it, dude. It's like you're playing a whole different zombies experience. It's crazy. Like people don't know how big Dead Ops Arcade is. Dead Ops Arcade is such a good mode. If you didn't play Dead Ops Arcade 3 in Cold War, I definitely recommend you guys play the first person mode. It feels so good to play that mode.
Yep, for sure.
And then I think that's pretty much it in terms of the blog post. But I think one more thing I should mention is that I don't know who stated this, but they said that there's gonna be round based maps across all the seasons.
No. So they said there's gonna be a map every season, but they didn't say that there was gonna be a round-based map
Okay,
every season.
so
So
that's so I think we should clarify. Oh, actually, it's right here in the blog post. So expect more round-based maps. The second of which will drop during season 1. So DLC 1 is going to drop in season 1. So me personally, I hope it doesn't drop in December. I hope it kind of drops in January. Um so I know a lot of people just want it right off the bat, but I prefer January because vacations will be over. The holidays vacations will be over, and they'll be back in the office and they'll be full force. So you don't have to wait for fixes for the map to come out like in a month or so. Like I think it would
yeah,
be much better to release it in January.
I
And
agree.
honestly, like this map is so huge, and with the amount of stuff to do, I don't think a brand new map is really necessary for this year. I think we'll be good. I think we'll be good.
Yeah, there's more like a month and a half from the game launch to the end of the month
Yeah,
anyway,
I,
or end
I
of the
I
year.
think we'll be good. We'll be good.
Yeah.
Hell, I wouldn't even mind if it dropped in like February. February, maybe like I don't know when.
I don't think February, only because I think they're gonna try to drop a lot of maps in the like calendar year. But I mean, hey, if it ends up happening, I'm not gonna complain. But I
Yeah,
think they're gonna. I think we're definitely getting a bunch of content. I wouldn't be surprised if what we got was maybe another survival map before the end of the year. I could see that possibly.
yeah. Um, but yeah, and also like I think I should set the expectation. Just because they say there's round based maps doesn't mean that it's all gonna be the big, Easter egg styled like story maps. No, they definitely have survival maps in mind with that. But they are saying, they kind of are separating round based maps and survival maps. Like they're not calling
Yeah,
the survival maps round based maps, even though they are round based maps. You
yeah,
know,
yeah,
so
yeah,
I think they should definitely make sure they clarify like, yes, we have a set amount of maps in terms of the story maps, and then we have other maps like the survival maps, which are also round-based maps. So before anyone like loses their mind like, "Oh, but they said there's going to be a new map every season." Well, no, they just said there's going to be at least a new map every season, but they never clarified if it was going to be a brand new story map. So
yeah. Like
I think I
yeah,
should
full round
I
base. Yeah,
definitely think I should point that out there.
yep.
Um and I think pretty much from there, right? You know, the augments actually let me see what you were talking about with the slide thing. Oh, so I see the PhD slider effectiveness when side swiping has been reduced.
And I think that also says that the slide
Yes.
distance
Okay. So
also should
tribologists,
be.
both the
Yeah.
sliding increase and general speed bonus has been lessened slightly. So that really depends if the sliding in BO7 is different from BO6.
Which
Maybe
I think it
maybe
is. I'm pretty sure it is because they did say that sliding in this game is more, I think he said controlled. So I think it is probably gonna be less crazy. Like I think Cold War slide is a good example. That was a lot less of it was a lot more controlled of a slide. In BO6, like it actually feels like you're gliding. Like it actually feels like you're gliding across the map. So I think that's probably what they mean, if I had to
Yeah,
guess.
and I did call it. I did call that they were gonna nerf that one.
Yeah.
I mean, it was overpowered, and it was overpowered in grief. I know a lot of people will probably say like, but why didn't they nerf the fun? I'm like, they're not really nerfing the fun. It's like, you know, if you really
It
look from the
depends how much they nerfed it too. If they nerfed it like completely, then yeah. But like if it's just a little bit and it's like not too much of a difference, I think it'll be okay.
yeah, and that's another thing that we can test next week. Honestly, we should make a list of things to test next week
Yeah, we should.
and
We should.
make a comparison. So
Yeah,
like
then maybe
I
we can. Yeah, maybe we can come back and be like, "Hey, this is what happened. These are the changes." Like, I think it'll be good to have a post podcast just going over our thoughts on the game and how it actually plays, and we can like
yeah,
go over all these things. It'd be kind of cool.
yeah. Um oh yeah, and then I think the standout, which is the standout one? Oh, yeah, the Vulture's Aid one, Armormatic. So it's basically the Cold War armor system where it auto plates, which is something that we've been asking for. We asked them to do last year, and we thought it was going to be like a Juggernaut augment. And I think when creators went and played early, they said that was going to be something for like an augment that could come, but it never came to be. But now the fact that it's actually going to be an augment for Vulture's Aid, I might run it honestly. If I
Hmm.
just wanna, you know, just not play it up all the time. But, there are some downsides to that because obviously you gotta run into the armor stuff, and with the way sometimes the items get stuck in the floor, eh, might not be a good thing in most cases.
Yeah, yeah, you're right.
Um, and then there was one augment that I personally think they should reconsider, and that's melee macchiato.
Hmm.
So they introduce a new major where called Mocha Mall, and the punch is replaced with the dedicated melee weapon. The reason why I don't like it is because I feel like that should be a base thing.
What do you mean?
That should be like a default thing. Like if you buy melee macchiato, like you don't need the punch.
Oh yeah, I see what you're saying. No, I see what you're saying now. Yeah,
Because
I think I agree.
most of the time, right? Who is using the punch? Who is using the
True.
punch? No one's using the punch.
No, you're right. I think you're right on that one for sure.
But they actually did say there's an adjustment, so now the punch is faster, and there's gonna be different damage multipliers depending on the melee weapons we use. So some melee weapons will be more powerful than others. So we need to see how it plays out. Maybe the punch is actually gonna be good this time. Who knows? I think the problem with with the punch is not really the punch itself, because the punch itself works so well in like Black Ops 2 Origins, but that's because the melee system works so well there compared to now. Like when you literally melee someone, you're literally getting pulled into them. So like with zombies, it just doesn't work out well as it should,
Yeah, I agree.
and that mainly comes from the engine that it's on. Um, and then ooh, I didn't know this one. Gain more essence from melee kills, Barista Brawl. So that actually might be good for like um classic point system in a way. If you get like if you're playing classic mode and you just buy melee macchiato if it's on the map, and then you could just get a lot of points. So that's a smart way. That's a way to point maximize there. Um so I think that's my only thing I would say, like that should not be augment, that should be a default thing right off the bat. Um And honestly, I mean, I don't have any other negatives really. Um, I think everything sounds amazing, and I think it really comes down to the beta next week. So the fact that we're playing the beta really gives me good good vibes with Treyarch because they're actually confident with this, and they're like, "We're so confident with this, we're gonna let you play it early."
Yep, that is true. That does show they're pretty confident.
Yeah, because I don't think last year they were super confident with Liberty Falls. Because if let's say if they wanted to do a beta for Liberty Falls and they released it the way it was in COD Next, oh, that would have not been good.
Yeah, no, that would have been not great. Would not been great.
Yeah, so nah, but overall, fantastic, fantastic reveal. We're about to, you know, get to 2 hours, but I think we can call it there because we talked a lot about a lot of stuff here, and my throat is definitely killing me. And it's been a quite a long day, a lot of great reveals. Honestly, what a great day all around. Um, I'm very excited for the mode. I can't wait to play it next week. We're definitely going to stream it. We're going to test out all the things. Like we said, I think we're definitely going to do that idea where we write down some stuff that we need to see changes. Compare the stuff from BO6 to BO7, see the comparison between the two, and just start creating feedback. Because now that we actually have a beta, to actually test out stuff, we can actually, make the launch experience way better than it, probably is at the moment. So I'm so excited. Um, and yeah, any last words for Vived?
No, I can't wait to play next week. It's gonna be really fun. Um, and yeah, I just can't wait. It's gonna be great.
Yep. So that is all, ladies and gentlemen. Let us know your thoughts on Black Ops 7 Zombies. And yeah, it's going to be a great year. A lot of content right out the bat. So this is going to be probably one of the best Black Ops games, honestly. I know it's too early to say and such, and maybe the sentiment will change over the year. But honestly, like, I don't think we've ever seen a game with this much content, really. It's absolutely insane. So I'm just so excited. So thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.